The recent news that the opening of a major section of the new Crossrail line would be delayed by almost a year came as a disappointment for many Londoners. But despite this setback, the Elizabeth line is having a huge impact on many businesses and homes along its 60-odd mile route. Gareth Furby took a trip eastbound to find out what the Crossrail effect really means.
We're on a journey into the future, following the route of a new railway which is costing £15 billion, to get some idea of how it may change London. I'm starting my journey at Hayes and Harlington because this is a section of line that's already open and the area is changing fast. Hayes is a town named after the Anglo-Saxon word for a land overgrown with brushwood. 13 miles away from central London, you could have called it off the beaten track, but not anymore. Matt is building his new business here. He's inventing new types of clocks.
So at midday, the clock is at its biggest, and then as it comes around towards the evening, the clock is at its smallest.
And he says Hayes is about to move into a new time zone of its own.
It's changing very, very fast. I mean, even since I've been here about 6 months, and I've seen buildings flying up along the street outside and developers moving in. It's a staggering pace of change, yeah, absolutely.
Matt's business is based here, at the old vinyl factory for HMV Records. When vinyl fell out of favour, this place and the town faced an uncertain future. But now, the sky's the limit. And for Matt, the key thing is the new line will mean a daily commute from East London will make sense.
Well, it's absolutely critical. It's going to cut my journey time from 3 hours to 1.5 hours. So it means I can still live in Whitechapel and I can still work here.
The biggest changes are near the new station, with new flats and new buildings. And David, who's leading a campaign for improvements, says Hayes is now the best connected town in West London.
Lots of developers are really interested in building new homes here. Hayes suffered for many years of decline, with factories closing down, the shops closing down, so we're at a crucial turning point at the moment. I'm very happy about Crossrail. I think that it's the best thing could happen to Hayes that we could ever dream of.
So we're now heading back east along this section of the track, which already has some of these trains operating. And if you look at this map, you can see that that is from Hayes and Harlington to Paddington. Now, as for the rest of this section all the way out to Abbey Wood, we're now told that won't be opening until autumn next year. But let's follow the route to see what's happening now. On the journey from Hayes and Harlington to central London, there are several huge new developments springing up close to the line. In Southall, house prices are up 69% in 5 years. That's more than twice the London average. At Paddington at the moment, the train and the line stops before the tunnels. There are 26 miles of them under London. And it's here that tests on trains were held up because of problems with electrical and signalling systems, which is why the opening is now delayed until it's all fixed. But here, deep underground at Farringdon, the new station is nearing completion, and as you can see, it's pretty impressive. Now, although it won't be open for about a year, not far from here, there are quite a few businesses that'll be delighted when this place is full of commuters. Their line of work is reflected in the station's artwork. London's Jewellery Quarter Hatton Garden is within walking distance. Michael has worked here for more than 50 years, and he's about to open 2 new shops, hoping for more business.
Well, yes, it's going to be a godsend. I mean, just the footfall, that's what we're interested in, just the footfall that will hang around here, catch the train here. It's the passengers that will do it for us. Back in the station, the Elizabeth line signs are already going up.
But there's no place on one of the test trains for us, so the only way to get close to the route is take the underground to find another new station at Canary Wharf where railway expert Christian is waiting. He says in a few years Londoners won't care about the delay because of the difference the line has made.
It's a shame that this project has been delayed. You know, Londoners are going to be terribly excited when they see it. It will make people realise that railways don't have to be cramped, overcrowded. They can be actual wonderful spaces with lots of well-designed architecture. This is definitely a new railway age.
What the new line will do is better connect the city and Canary Wharf to places that have missed out on much of its spending power. At the moment, the journey onto Woolwich using the Docklands Light Railway takes about half an hour. When the Elizabeth line opens, it'll be just 7 minutes. Kevin and Jose have invested in 3 flats to rent within walking distance of the new Woolwich station, and they know where their new tenants may come from.
Liverpool Street in 15 minutes, 14 minutes actually. It's great. It's just gonna, you know, it will bring more people from the city.
I think once the line's open, it's going to be a lot easier to sell to people because of the convenience. It's a single train. It's just a few minutes. Canary Wharf, 7 minutes from Canary Wharf.
Can't wait to have Elizabeth line.
Our final stop is the last stop on this section of the new Elizabeth line, Abbey Wood. The new trains are ready for the day when the station gates can finally be opened. It may be 12 moons away, but estate agent Peter says it's his best selling point.
So Canary Wharf, 11 minutes. Most of the people wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Crossrail, so plug it.
And already prices have been pushed up.
It made an extra 11% on their prices compared to an average over the rest of London. It's good. Yeah, from my point of view, it's going to be, a few more chimney pots to sell.
And this is an area which will benefit from new money brought here by the new railway. Not far from the new station is the Thamesmead estate, which has seen better days. It was used as a location for the controversial 70s film Clockwork Orange, about youth crime and despair. But soon part of this building will be converted into an arts centre, and just up the road, Matt is turning an empty property into an art gallery and event space.
There's lots of artists and musicians that are moving here, going to run artist projects. There hasn't been that infrastructure here in Thamesmead for a long time, and the fact that Crossrail is coming here and opening makes it easier for people to come here. It opens it up, it makes it, provides much more of a sort of a visitor economy, makes it more viable. I'm really happy about Crossrail coming. I think it's fantastic for the area.
It's taken 9 years to get this far. Another year and the Elizabeth line should be good to go. And for many Londoners, it will make a big difference.